west 149 degrees, 25 minutes, 11,000 feet altitude, warhead in a missile launched from the Polaris submarine. Plaque accident release of radioactivity detected off site. Swordfish, Operation Dominic. This one blew up before he got off the fucking launch pad. Anti-submarine rocket system proof test. Operation Dominic. Yeah, the ones that have a look. Storax was to see how plastic could remove dirt. Excavation experiment, crater 1,280 feet, diameter 320 feet deep. Thermonuclear device with fission yield less than 30%. Release of radioactivity detected off-site. Nice. Love our radioactive. Little fellow, Operation Sunbeam, slightly above ground. Test of a Davy Crockett radioactivity rocket. Radioactivity detected, not detected off-site. Starfish Prime, Operation Fishbowl. High altitude 400 kilometers. That's the one that circumnavigated the Earth 4 times in less than 24 hours in a split second. Lit up the South Pacific at night. Knocked 1 out of 3 lampposts, like light lampposts in Hawaii. Knocked 1 out of 3 out. Knocked out all telecommunications in Hawaii. It was designed to be a first strike initiative weapon, creating the EMP over enemies' territory, temporarily knocking out their telecommunications so they couldn't launch their thermonuclear ICBMs. So you could launch yours in an all-out strike and just wipe out everybody. But nobody wins in a nuclear war. But what it did is it blasted a hole in the magnetosphere, and it's going to create the downfall of us. And let's face it, 25% of its force has been lost since that last test. Another 25% in 50 years. You get the picture. We're being hit by gamma radiation for the first time in the history of mankind. NASA's admitted to a hole in it. It's not global warming, people. Global warming doesn't give you skin cancer. Yeah, sure, it gets it hot on the planet. Traps greenhouse gases. Yeah, we all know that. But every time you hear a commercial, you better wear your sunscreen. That ain't from global warming. That's from good old DOD. Even though when scientists warned them, hey, you don't do that because it could cause exciting particles in the ionosphere to react with the magnetosphere to cause this collapse. Well, I'm sounding the alarm, it's collapsing. And if you got money, you'll be living underground in 50 years. Hopefully I won't be here anymore, but you never know, I might still be kicking. Probably not. But yeah, the odds are pretty slight that I will be, but still. I wouldn't be having kids in this fucking planet. It's just dying, we just killed it. Johnny Boy, Operation Sunbeam, slightly below ground, release of radioactivity detected off-site. Nuclear power is the abomination of all mankind. Once you open Pandora's box, you can't shut it. Fucking science is 1 step forward, 2 steps back to fix up the fucking problems they already fucking screwed up with. Like, why would you launch a nuclear fucking warhead 400 miles? That's above the height of the space station. Fucking bullshit. Unbelievable shit they did. Like, fuck. All in the name of the Cold War, control of fucking the planet, posturing, fucking cross this line and we'll do that. Oh no, now you cross that line, I dare you to cross this line. Nobody wins in a nuclear war. Just bullshit, man. Operation Fishbowl, high altitude tens of kilometers. Checkmate, Operation Fishbowl, high altitude tens of kilometers. These tests weren't good for the fucking magnetosphere. Just keep blasting it, guys. We did 5 tests in all, high altitude. So the Soviets, and then when they realized what they did, they also did 5 tests in the water. When they realized what they did, both countries, and how dangerous it was, they said, you know what? We're not going to show the world what a nuclear bomb does underwater because it creates tsunamis. Nuclear bomb earthquake weapon. Already discussed that in one of my previous videos. And it fucked up the magnetosphere, our atmosphere. The magnetosphere is purpose is to block gamma radiation from the sun. It creates a force field and deflects most of the gamma radiation away. Still some gets in, but when you got a hole in it, you blast a fucking hole in it, you try to look for that power, you're trying to create an EMP just so you can wipe out the enemy's fucking telecommunication launch on an all-out nuclear strike. Who comes up with this shit? And let's face it, do we really want, why would we want to launch an all-out nuclear strike? Well, Congress considered it such a threat to national security, they came up with, they asked the DOD and the fucking DOE to find out if there's any way they could test to measure the difference between a nuclear bomb test and the vibration of that and the vibration versus an earthquake. So that's what the Viliform tests are all about, and that's explained in here too. And so that's what they did, because obviously other countries are developing this nuclear bomb earthquake weapon. So the US was started developing it. I mean, who else? China's probably developed it. But Chinese don't like fucking Japan. There you go. Fucking blam, have an earthquake. Fucking have a fucking multiple fucking wave tsunami. When tsunamis usually just slip earthquake, usually just what it does is slips down. And you have one wave that slips and it starts to ride that wave. It's not a bunch of slips. It's one fucking slip. When you drop a pebble in a fucking puddle, you get the ripple effect. That's what happens when you nuke underneath the fucking ocean. You get that ripple effect. You look at the tsunami, hit Phuket and Japan. There was sets of waves. That was a nuclear bomb simultaneously detonated. They did up to six tests at once simultaneously. This one, fuck, it's just Bluebill Prime. Fucking, it's just fucked up, man. What are you doing nuking the atmosphere? One test they did here is they released they nuked it up a high altitude test to see how fast it would circumnavigate the Earth. They had fucking these thousands of test areas. So they was like, oh, it's at Kansas City now. It's at fucking Mississippi now. It's in fucking New York. See how fast it would circumnavigate the Earth. Well, I got an idea. Why don't we just release a balloon? Yeah, a balloon, and it would probably travel the same speed as any radioactivity would. But no, we'll release radioactivity on the whole USA, the rest of the fucking world. Good plan. Fuck me, man. They had a heavy enrichment development program in here to try and fucking get it so hot in one area where they thought there'd be lots of gold, it would all melt into one spot and they just go grab it. Which they probably did. Just asked the fucking family that lives right beside the test site there, fucking, they shut them down, they bombed their fucking place. They had a lead mine there, what the hell's the name? One guy was the governor of Nevada. It's an Irish name. Oh, come on, it doesn't come to me now anyways. It's all good. But, I mean, I'm going to go into the other things. You can see how much radiation was dropped on this other PDF files you can get from this site, which is just the Nevada test site. And it talks about how much fucking radiation was released and where it dispersed and blah blah blah. It's just like unreal. And if you wanted it to agree to like get help or compensation from the DOD or the DOE, because you call them the downwinders, you got poisoned by radioactivity, you get money, but you have to agree to anonymity, which means you can't say anything about it. You have to zip your lip, put a gag fucking order on you. We'll give you what you want, we'll fucking give you compensation, but you can't talk about it. What the fuck is that about? This plutonium dispersal shit's fucking crap. There's another one, double fucking tracks. What the hell, man? Clean site, what's this one? Oh shit. Operation Roller Coaster, there you go. Plutonium dispersal, radioactivity not detected off site. Like, come on, man. Flower Show was the fucking one with a big bomb and blow a hole in the ground. Operation Roller Coaster. Fuck, that's a roller coaster, alright. Fucking nuclear fucking energy and nuclear power. She's leaving the ground and never just dug uranium up. Shit's dangerous. Fucking be the death of all of us. In one form or the other, about this nuke in space, fucking poisoning the earth, you name it. It's gonna fucking get everybody sooner or later. Simultaneous separate holes, notches. How many fucking weapons were in there? Let's see if we'll count them up and see how many we got. Simultaneous, sometimes they tell you how many there were, sometimes they don't. They've had some of them were like up to 6 tests, 6 simultaneous detonations. One, that's a Viliform one, that's the one, that's what I was talking about, Viliform right here. So what test is that? 343. Let's go have a look.